Good evening and welcome to the show presented by Kala in association with Let's Talk. Let's Talk is a platform committed to creating safe spaces through shared and meaningful conversations, helping people to connect, reflect, and grow together. We are happy to share that we have announced the first long list for the Kala Literature Awards, which is under the debut author English category, and the shortlisted authors will be honored during the Kala Literature Festival scheduled to be held in New Delhi on 7th and 8th February coming year. We invite you to join us. This episode of the show is also being recorded, and the recording will be subsequently uploaded on the Kala YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. This evening, we bring together two reflective voices. Our moderator, Vardhan Dharkar, brings over 3 decades of leadership experience along with a deep engagement with India's spiritual and cultural heritage. Welcome to the show, Vardhan.
Thank you so much, and namaste to everyone.
Now, in conversation with Vardhan is Jayanthi Sankar, an award-winning author based in Singapore, whose internationally recognized novel Tabula Rasa offers a richly researched postmodern historical portrayal of Singapore. Spanning centuries, the novel explores migration, male psychology, cultural intersections, and the lives of local residents and migrant workers, revealing the unseen histories that shaped the island nation. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show presented by Kala in association with Let's Talk.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
much.
Thank
you
you,
so much, Sanjay, for
Sanjay
your
Chandra.
introduction. And namaste to all our viewers in Bharat and outside of Bharat. Welcome to the show. Incidentally, today is the last episode of 2025, and I am sure that it will be the best episode of 2025. We have indeed a very distinguished guest, Jayanthi Sankar. She is not only an author, but she is also a painter and musician. So she brings different facets and multifaceted personality indeed. So welcome to the show, Jayanthi. And
Thank you. Thank you.
let's begin our conversation.
Yes.
Perfect. So my first question I wanted to ask you is that your schooling, you did it in more than, I think, 10 schools. I remember,
Yeah.
I think, 12 schools or so. So I wanted to understand what were your feelings when you were changing your school almost every second year, and how do you reflect on that today?
I thank Kala for the opportunity first, and then to Sanjay Chandra sir and yourself, Vardhan. I studied from down south. I was born in Madurai, and I studied in various states of Odisha and Meghalaya, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Yeah. So my father was a central government engineer. He is no more. He was a central government engineer. So in CPWD. So he was a civil engineer. He used to be transferred very often, 2 to 3 years. And that's why I happened to study 13 schools for 15 years of education. So including the, play school and kindergarten. So only the university, as in graduation, was in one place, 3 years. And otherwise, we were always ready to pack My mother used to say, don't buy this, don't buy that. And it used to be a vagabond, nomadic life, for us. Only the barest minimum is allowed in the house. But as it was my formative stage, most painful part was, losing friends. And eventually I got to know I will be losing friends. So by the time I was into teens, I was scared to make friends. And because I will lose, and that's painful and all that. And this is one painful lesson that stood with me throughout my life until today. To balance, the painful journey took me to that mature lesson that I should, it is there. It is part of life, meaning getting to know a new friend, enjoying the, moments is same. It's not same as losing the friendship, but both are part of life. If that is important, this also is important part of life for my evolving as a person. Yeah. So that pain stayed with me, Vardhan.
Okay.
So many pain. Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So many painful separations from young friends. I still remember those girls' names and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
So any of them you are still in touch and formed a deep friendship?
No. The point was, yes, when Google and all started, I used to try, with names and all, because after marriage and all, they must have changed names or what. But still, you go back to the college alumni and all that. I did search, but I could get one or two from the college. But the painful part was the schooling time, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I can ever get to know anyone. If it happens, I will let you know, Vardhan. Because it will be something important in my life.
Yeah. So after you shifted to Singapore, now I think almost 25 years or so you are
No, 35.
35. Yeah.
I'll be entering 36th year. Yeah.
So 35 years now you are in one place. So
Yes.
do you get restless?
No, this is the one place I have lived in one place so long, Otherwise, it used to be always like that, isn't it? So, no, it's not making me restless. That stability, yes, I'm able to feel to be in one place. But we get to travel to India every 2 years at least and all that. And we get to see so many people from other ethnicities in Singapore. That is the speciality of Singapore is the diversity from all walks of from all over the world. So the migrant population and residents, of course, those who migrated recently, 1 or 2 years ago, or 10 years ago, or maybe like me, 35 years ago. Or there are others who are descendants of who parents who migrated 50 years ago, like. So they're from all parts of the world, right? Yeah. So I get to see so many people, different cultures. Just the way I used to get to see so many cultural differences and languages during my formative years in India. India itself is a big, huge one world, culturally so diverse. So I think that life prepared me for the life in Singapore, which I realize, I'm able to think on hindsight. I didn't know back then, but because I know a few who come to Singapore from very close friends of mine who came to Singapore directly from India, but where they were living in one place, born and brought up, and 25 to 30 years in one place. When they come to Singapore, that I was Singapore, that adaptation becomes difficult for them. They prefer to stick to only to that community, Tamil speaking or Tambrams or they can't even think of mingling with the Hindi speaking community, that sort of thing. So whereas I was just open to embracing all sorts of diversities, yes. So that formative years really helped me, prepared me for Singapore life.
Perfect. I think in a way it was a blessing in disguise for you that it prepared you for Singapore transfer from India to a country outside of India.
You can say that, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So now that you are based in Singapore and living there for last 35 years, I wanted to understand from you is that is there a difference between the publishing industry, the way it is structured and the way it works in Singapore to the way it is structured and works in India, or it is similar?
Quite different. But interestingly, I'm a citizen here. I started writing after I came to Singapore about 6 years later. But my books are published in India. That's the interesting part of it.
Okay.
Not locally here, traditionally published in India. That is one information that I have to say. As for the difference in publication industry as it is, here in Singapore, it's still emerging, I would say. Okay. It's not as vast. And again, so many, small publishing, big publishers, multinational publishers, it's all there in India. But it's not so in Singapore. There are just a handful of publishers and they are very picky. Very picky in yes, they take a very, and maybe maximum of about 10-12 books a year, that kind of publishers,
Okay.
Still the publishing industry, in my opinion, needs to grow really in Singapore. As it is, Singapore is a small nation, island nation. So therefore, it's not so surprising that we don't have as large industry as in India. Yeah. Yes.
So since now again, because you are based in Singapore and of course you have been nominated or you have been awarded, received international recognition and awards, I want to ask you one question on that topic. Is that why is it that Indian authors don't feature in the bestsellers, globally bestsellers list? And why don't we get recognition or awards as much as, let's say, Western authors get?
Well, I don't believe in this best-selling and all that, These are all fabricated these days. It's not worth going after it. Whereas, yes, for example, the Booker Prize, the Hindi translation came. I think that was genuine because after all, it was a translation, yet it could have been right. I would appreciate that. But whereas authors like Amitabh Ghosh, who writes in English, such a historian, fabulous historical fiction, and just because Booker or your because he, in my opinion, he is the Nobel writer, Nobel Prize writer. Yeah. After Haruki Murakami, I like Amitabh Ghosh in that sense, and both of them, in my opinion, are fit for Nobel Prize. But let's talk about Booker. Why is he not going inside? I mean, it's all lobbying and how much effort is put there to bring that work, the volume of work to the panelists. All that is there, right? For example, that Hindi, I forgot the name. I'm sorry. That Hindi book Hindi translation of the English translation of the Hindi book, was able to go to Booker because some effort was done there. And that effort is not done to many good works. That one point that is important, I think, because these days, especially here, there are more in this contemporary world, there are more writers than readers. At times I joke like that, because everyone starts reading, everyone wants to become author. Fine, it's all good, but to segregate good works, worthy readings, is, yes, translated as Tom of Sand. Thank you, Narinder Singh Kaur, So, yeah. So it is very, especially with Bookstagram, this Instagram, the social media, the damage they do to the genuine literature. We are unable to even segregate the genuine works from the ocean of books, correct? So in that, I think good works from good writers really need the effort. Otherwise what we are going to do is we are going to let the, those crazy, fabricated, deliberated bestsellers will be visible. Yeah. So I understand your question, where you're coming from, and I too share the concern, but I really don't like to, the Amazon bestseller, that's all, in my opinion, hoax.
Okay. That's an interesting
Genuine
perspective.
Genuine works will stand the test of time. Definitely.
Yeah, that I
For
agree
example,
completely.
my friend, she's no more, a friend in Canada, what she did, she took my books to the panels in America. And that's how many of my titles have got recognized, almost there, like that. One was Dangling Gandhi was a winner, American Book Fest. Yeah. So she did it for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done. She knew that I wouldn't do that because there was a small entry admin fee, which I wouldn't pay. She knew that. She paid on my behalf. She wouldn't even tell me that she did it. When the announcement comes, it'll be a surprise. That's how she used to do it for me. Whereas the recent one is from Bangkok. Tabula Rasa has been shortlisted. It is Bangkok, Southeast Asia. So the shortlist is awaited. About in hundreds of books, 71 or 72 were listed as eligible. Out of that, 17 books have been longlisted now. So shortlist, out of that, 6 were from in Singapore. Now in the long list, only Tabula Rasa and another in Singapore book is there. There will be, shortlist will be about 4 country winners and 1 overall winner. So 5 out of the 17. We are all waiting for the shortlist. So let's see. I'm just hoping for Tabula Rasa. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's keep the fingers crossed, and I'm sure that you will get the recognition that you deserve. So,
thank you.
So coming to your journey as an author, I was going through your website and looking at it. So at one place you have mentioned that it took almost, I think, 4 years for you to get your first book published, and there were so many rejections by various publishers.
Yes.
So that period of 4 years, how did you handle that phase wherein you kept on getting rejection from various publishers? Was it not very disappointing and frustrating?
Well, initially, yes. Later, I found out one trick. I maintained a folder collecting rejections, but I didn't focus on that. I started my research for the second book. So, which is a novel, Misplaced Heads, which required a substantial amount of research. So I focused there. Therefore, I wasn't so affected by the rejections. I used to see what is the rejection about, how they have done the rejection. So I know the wordings, the different kinds of wordings they use for rejections. I have a folder full of, yeah. So, but since I was so much into my research for my second book, first novel, Misplaced Heads, I could handle it. Another thing is, I must say, even as a experience in life, or even the age-wise, everything, I was matured enough, because I'm a late bloomer. I was matured enough to handle it. For example, the Instagram people, I see young people, 20s, 30s, their first book, this, that. If that is the case, probably the young people might get too depressed or something. And it's natural. But those who are able to handle it and go focus their mind and time in the next work, they can stand the test of time.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Is
Yes.
that as they say in Hindi, sabra ka phal mitha hota hai.
Yes.
So
True.
patience pays.
Yes.
Perfect. So coming to your books, I find
Yes.
all the titles of your books are very interesting. And in fact, in a way, I would put it this way, is that because the titles are interesting, the reader would be tempted to buy and read the book. So first battle or the first hurdle you have crossed.
That's how my readers also say the titles are interesting. For example, the first, Dangling Gandhi, is a short story collection, 12 short stories. My favorite story is the second in the collection, which is Pankawala. That's the title at first I thought of, but later decided because I like that story the best, I shouldn't be using that title, because Pankawala might sound like a Hindi translated work or something. So what I did, I used this Dangling Gandhi as the title of that short story, that had, as a metaphor. Dangling Gandhi, a small figurine. It comes in the short story. So that title was catchy, yes, but at the same time, it of 2-3 readers came to me saying, I expected something political there, but it's not that. It's more of social issues only, and that a few only readers, matured readers, they came to me saying, that way I was maybe expecting Gandhi, because I'm touching Gandhi, they think I'm touching something political, but no. In fact, that one story with that metaphor, that's all about it. But when you think deeper, all of the stories seem to say this, that one of the readers told me. It seemed to say that whatever the fine nonviolence or whatever he preached, Gandhi, is depleting in the contemporary world. And it's time for us to revisit that kind of a message. We were able to get it. It was innately, underlying message, which you never intended, or you never even directly said anything, but we could read it like that. That's what one of the
Okay.
So, and then Misplaced Heads has that title did not come even till my last draft. The title was so difficult, but one chapter in there, Jamadagni Muni, that I'm touching the Renuka and Matangi, that story. So I'm rewriting that mythological piece where the head is chopped off by Parashurama. So in a haste, they changed the head So that kind of recreation, that's what I did. And I thought the heads up misplaced, meaning the other way. It should have been Renuka on Renuka, and yeah, so it was changed. And I used that misplaced heads. It was very generic and not specific. As for the Tabula Rasa, it was about Singapore. So Singapore as a nation, it's just two century old only. It's a small, young nation, and migrants built this nation. That's what the Tabula Rasa is saying. And Tabula Rasa, as you might know, it means clean slate.
Okay.
So Singapore was a fishing village which did not have any impressions from the outside world. It was so pure and raw and clean slate. And when migrants started coming, it evolved to be what it is today. So for me, I was imagining how Singapore would have been as a fishing village those times 300 years ago. That's where it starts. So I thought I'll give that title. And as for the When Will You Die, that novella, one of the characters asks that when will you die to another character in the story. So I thought, let it be the title, which is a little intimidating. Nevertheless, people think it's something super, some psychological thriller, or it's not. It's not even a thriller, but the title is a little misleading. People think it's a thriller. It's not. It's a socio-psychological novella. Yeah.
Perfect. Very interesting. And I must compliment you for very interesting titles that you select for your books.
Thank you.
So coming to your novel, Tabula Rasa. So
yes.
Maybe if you can, in a very brief, describe what that story is all about, so that our viewers would get interested and they would go and buy the book.
Yeah. That story, the overall story is, it's woven between the historical chapters and the contemporary chapters. And the contemporary chapters are more to do with the inner worlds of human beings, also handling the latest migrants who come to Singapore in search of better livelihoods from different parts of the world. But the historical chapters are covering the colonial English period, those periods, and also just after independence, when Singapore was part of Malaya, that comes there. And after Singapore was separated from Malaya, and now it is Malaysia, and ours is Singapore, those parts also come in the novel. So when the contemporary thread is going forward, these will be intersecting. All the historical past threads will be weaved like that. So that's how it is written, purposely to demand more attention from the reader. It's not. It may not be an easy read, if I can say that. It demands attention and commitment from the readers. That kind of it is.
Okay. So maybe if it is possible, can you read a very short passage from the book?
Oh dear, I didn't bring the book here.
No, perfectly okay. Perfectly
it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have had the book here.
No, it's okay.
Or should I go and
it's okay. Perfectly okay. Not an issue at all.
Okay.
So now my next question is that what are your future plans? Is that next 24 months? What should we expect from you?
Oh dear, 24 months. Well, my novel is actually waiting for me to rewrite the chapters, which I don't know when I'm going to find time. With my full-time role, time is one constraint. But my job as an interpreter with the Ministry of Manpower, I'm meeting migrant workers day in and day out, all the time. So many different cases, and the stories are endless. So I'm jotting down only the important, unique. I'm taking notes. So that itself has come to about 800-900 short stories that I can write that way. Yes. But of course, I'm not going to write all of them, right? I have to write one collection first. And I can, of course, part 2, part 3, I can go on depending on various other factors, which can come in 24 months, as you said. One collection of short stories, which are lived experiences of the migrant workers, which I will be fictionalizing. So those short stories, and of course, novel is there. Novel is a backdrop which has never been touched by. Can I say never been? Most probably not touched by any Singapore authors. The backdrop. It's a purely Singaporean novel. Food and beverages industry backdrop. So yes, so that is there. I need to rewrite. It's very raw draft, and it's been lying in my folder for almost a year now. And of course, I've started with this short story writing. Let's see how things go. Nothing is, nothing is planned in concrete, right? Yeah.
So in a way, your profession as an interpreter with government helps you actually in your journey as an author, because you are meeting so many different people.
3 years I'm here. Before that, I used to be a freelance interpreter, translator. And I used various sectors. Those times, various sectors. Whenever I am called, I go. Otherwise, I will have more time for my own passions. But the past 3 years, I'm full on site, full time. So the time is consumed there completely. But it's a Ministry of Manpower service center is where I'm working, and I see my job more as a service. I'm helping hundreds and hundreds of workers who have inadequacy in conveying their message. So in that sense, it's a service that I'm doing. I get to know so many, and some of the stories are heart-wrenching. Initially, I used to lose sleep, but 2 to 3 months, I got used to that. I pulled myself, from the emotional part of it. And nowadays, I see as case, yes, my heart bleeds sometimes, but I'm able to rationalize. Otherwise, it can be really depressing.
I agree completely. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
So that means we as readers can expect a lot of things from you. You have a big pipeline. So next 24 months, next 36 months, we will keep expecting much more from you. Perfect.
Fingers crossed. Yes, thank you.
So as part of the show, we also have a rapid fire round, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy you are going to enjoy the hot seat.
Oh, that's interesting.
So should we start?
Yes, please.
Perfect. The first question, complete the sentence. Singapore is
a place any human being should at least visit, if possible, live. A perfectly governed, administered place where sometimes even so much of law and order, so much of antiseptic environment can even be sometimes, there's no challenge left. That kind of peaceful and things, safe,
Okay.
Because when
Okay.
I go to India, it's not, it's rapid fire. I'm still talking, I know. So when I go back to India, my health takes a toll because I'm so in such an environment, correct? So, but it's a place worth visiting,
Okay.
seeing
Okay.
around everywhere. Yeah.
Perfect. And in India is
India is culturally rooted. Um, you know, oldest of civilizations, and therefore the profound knowledge in the because I am also into, I didn't tell you, but I am also into Vedic astrology. I have been research learning for the past 4 years, and the Vedic part of things, Sanatana as they may call it, is incomparable to any civilization, correct?
yes.
And at times people fail to value or realize the value of things.
Yes. I
People
agree
like
with you.
me, I'm not too far away, but still I'm far away from India. I would know what it is more. Or people who are away, far or still further away in America, they will know even more. Yes.
The next question. If you have to change one thing in yourself, what will it be?
I wish I would be more daring, more brave. When someone blames me or confronts me unreasonably, I prefer to leave the place. I wouldn't even tell them I didn't do that. It is you who are wrong. I don't say that. I don't have that in me, but I've been developing it. I'm better off compared to my younger days. Yes.
Okay. The next question.
Yes.
AI is, complete the sentence.
Going to ruin the world. The world of creativity, the world of humanity.
Okay. The last question. 2025 to Jayanthi was?
2025 Jayanthi for me.
To you?
To me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, better than 2024.
Perfect.
Which was better than 2023. Yeah, that way 2025 I liked. Quiet, grounded, and yet fulfilling. Thank you.
Congratulations. So you have won the rapid fire round, and 10 out of 10 to you.
I didn't do it rapid. I did roundabout. Anyways, thank you for that.
Thank you so much. And that was Jayanthi Sankar for all of you. A very interesting conversation. In fact, there are many facets of her life I wanted to discuss, but we are running out short of time. So now let me hand over the proceedings to Sanjay. Sanjay.
So that was Jayanthi Sankar. Do read her novel Tabula Rasa and share your reflections on this richly layered exploration of history, migration, and the human psyche. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of the show presented by Kala in association with our wellness partners. Let's talk. If you missed any part of this conversation, the episode will be available on the Kala YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. And wish you a very happy new year. Until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kala, Sanjay sir, and Vardhan sir.
Thank you.